Hello and welcome to our first vendor spotlight. I am your host, Amber Valentine, the Director of Agent Services here at KW Cornelius. And I am so excited that I get to bring to you today our first victim of the TV show. Well, TV show, whatever it is. I like to think of myself as some kind of rock star TV personality. So we'll just let that keep going. But here today we have
Ryan McLaughlin
from
LKN Title.
Worked out good. We didn't even practice that. I love it. Now, I am going to let him explain to you what he does, but I think it would be pretty crazy being in the real estate industry and not understanding what a title company is and does. But we're going to let Ryan tell you a little bit about what he does at LKN Title, and then I have a couple questions for you today. Are you game? All right. So explain to me, what do you do?
What do I do? That's not the question.
No, but you have to introduce yourself. I gave you some surprises too. We got to keep you on your toes.
All right. So first of all, my name is Ryan McLaughlin. I am the managing director at LKN Title. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, but I've been living in the Charlotte area for 20 years now. I went to the university.
Queens?
I went to Queens College back then, but now it's called Queens University of Charlotte. I'm married. My wife is just the best, and we have a 2.5-year-old boy who just runs me ragged.
Oh,
He's
for sure. For
So,
sure. 2.5. Oh my God,
Yeah.
my kids are older now. I can't even imagine having a 2.5-year-old. You're
Yeah.
definitely busy.
Yes, very busy. And I'm really excited to be here. So thank you.
Good. We're excited to have you. Everybody wants to know more about what you do and who you are. So the first question on the list that I prepared him for, and he's gonna yell at me later for giving him questions off the list. But number one, why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? I think it's better to explain what I do first.
There you go.
LKN Title issues title insurance. It's a very niche industry, so not a lot of people really understand what we do. A buyer, you're going to purchase a home, and a buyer is usually required to purchase title insurance. This protects the buyer from anything that might be found or missed during the title search. So, for example, you find out that the previous owner of the property still has an open mortgage out. That's a lien on your property. Someone listed in an estate doesn't sign the deed, they still have interest in your property. So a title policy really protects you from anything that might be found in the future. Why do I do it? Buying a home is, the single biggest thing somebody can purchase, right, in their lives. Your agents are usually in the spotlight, maybe about as bright as these things. They're there at the showings. They're there every step of the way. They're posting the Instagram post that says the Smiths closed today. Congratulations. What I do is more in the background, but I really enjoy being part of that process. So
Very cool. Now I just realized I need to check and make sure that our sound is on. And it is. All right. We get all the bugs out. I'm like, I'm hearing all of this great information, but I'm not sure everybody else is. And we're not going to edit that out either. We're going to keep it right in there. So thank you for explaining what you do. Why do you do what you do? Yeah. Well, what in your heart gives you excitement for like what you're doing within the community and what LKN Title really stands for?
So, like I said, buying a home is really big. It's exciting. You have all these pressures to get everything completed to make sure that the contract gets approved. You're approved for a loan, everything is right. And LKN Title is part of that process. What I do is mostly paperwork. So I need to make sure that that paperwork is correct because, I add an extra zero or I miss a comma or something goes wrong, it can delay a closing. You could lose the sale. So really that's what LKN and why I was brought into the position is to make sure that we do everything correctly.
Nice. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not really good at crossing my T's and dotting my I's. So I'm really grateful for people in this world that are. And when I can find the right ones to use, that's awesome. Now, in Keller Williams, we're kind of known for our culture.
Sure.
We're definitely known for our training and the way that we support newer agents and help agents take their businesses to the next level. But our culture is also about giving back to the community. And one of the first parts of our belief system is the win-win, right?
Mhm.
And I just happen to know that your company and Keller Williams have quite the win-win between Cornelius and Mooresville.
Yes.
You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So the Cornelius and Mooresville KW offices, they have an interest in LKN Title. So that directly affects your guys' profit sharing program. So the better that we do, the better that you guys do.
Win-win. That is so cool. So you're telling me when we choose to use LKN Title, we're also benefiting our own company and it's coming back.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Yep.
That's really neat. So I like that. So we get to work with people who are crossing the T's and dotting the I's for us and loving it. And then also giving back into our own business. That's awesome. So the last question on my list, well, I have on here, how does LKN Title give back to the community?
That's a tough question. I started at LKN Title a little over a year ago, back in last February. The company that I came from, I was heavily involved in their charitable activities. So we did multiple Habitat for Humanities. We worked at the Ronald McDonald House. I ran a run club that we did a 5K every month, and we talked about the charities that each one would support. So I was really excited to bring those types of things to LKN Title. A month later, COVID hit, and our world got turned upside down. So it's been unfortunate that I haven't been able to do those types of things. I think if I had to give you an answer, for the past year, my family and I, we wear our masks, we socially distance. We've just been trying to be safe, and I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully we can all go back to those types of activities soon.
Yes, awesome. So what I also just heard was there's a huge opportunity for you to get into the community with somebody that might be watching. So if you're looking, if you need, a sponsor of some sort, it looks like they have some room here and somebody that would really like to get back to the community and jump right in. We had a lot of everybody's business pivoted, took some weirdness in 2020, right?
Yep.
In fact, I was just thinking for myself the other day, I'm like, I can barely even remember the first couple months of COVID and how much, because it was just so odd. I think everybody was like, oh, we're getting a little vacation, this will be over soon. And then it started to sink in that it's really not, and it's now been a year.
Yep.
And we're realizing that there's going to be some lasting change from this for a very long time. So to know that your heart before coming into LKN Title was to bring those things into that, and then now you've kind of had to wait and wait and wait. I think we can all really understand that feeling of I had so many great ideas in the beginning of 2020, and we're just kind of sitting on them. But it is time to get back out there and do some things. Absolutely. So if y'all have any great ideas, let us know. We'd love to hear it. All right. What sets LKN Title apart from other title companies?
So the title industry is pretty standardized. The cost of a title policy, it's regulated by the state of North Carolina. So I couldn't even give you a discount if I wanted to. A commitment or a title policy that you get from one title company is going to basically look the same from another title company. Mm-hmm. So really, the only thing that separates us is me.
There you have it.
I've been in the industry for 16 years. I've seen a lot. I have a lot of experience. I believe that customer service is top priority. That gets people coming back. That gets referrals. That gets your business moving.
Awesome. So there you have it. The thing that sets LKN Title apart from all the other companies is this guy. So give him a call if you need his services or would like to help him figure out how to build those things he's looking to get out into the community, or you want to support Keller Williams. and help bring business back to us, you can also support his company and his business, because it also is a win-win for us. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our amazing audience today?
Just thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
I hope I can be a resource for you guys. Like I said, I've got a lot of experience. Any title questions that you have, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help, and make sure that when you go to closing that you let the attorneys know to use LKN Title for their title.
There you go. And we want to say thank you too for being part of our vendor affiliate
Yes,
program
absolutely.
as one of our core vendors. And just thank you so much for all the support you put in there, for coming out into the community, showing up in person, sharing with us your heart today. And let's do something big in 2021.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.